Hey there Aries, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Lisa, this is Rooted Souls Tarot, and I'm going to have a look at the general energy of you this week. What's going on with you? It's a general reading. So, I've got these lovely herbiary cards by Maya Toll. I thought I'd use these, I'd find you a couple to start off with, or this one wants to come out. And then we'll have a look at some tarot cards. So, forbidden fruit. Interesting one. Apple. So, what is it that maybe have you been holding back on even? Is there some area of life that maybe you feel isn't quite for you? Have you maybe not been feeling the confidence or felt worthy enough to step into the energy of this area of life? Snakes are very much about transformation. Obviously, they shed their skin. And I think maybe that there's something that you're holding back and that you don't think is for you, but it's because the root of it is because you don't feel like you deserve it, that you don't feel like you are worthy. Well, I've got news for you. You are worthy, you do deserve it. And maybe it's time to shed that skin and to transform into this person, this wonderful person that knows that they are worthy, that they are deserving, that they can embrace this energy, can embrace this thing, and they can totally rock it. So we've got the start afresh card, start fresh, chickweed. So it's time for you to start afresh. It's time to shift to one side those old ways of thinking. It's time for you to shed that old skin and to start afresh in with this new energy, this new confident energy, and embrace and completely enjoy being and doing the thing that, or whatever it is that you feel that you have not been worthy of in the past. It's time to step up, it's time to enjoy, and it's time to be a new you. Okay, right, Aries. Let's have some tarot cards. Let's see what the general energy is of this week for you. Okay, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Now the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about looking out into the future, making plans, looking out into the horizon. What's next for me? Where can I go? That's that I can grow, I can expand, I can learn, I can find passion and joy about whatever it is that I want to do. It's about figuring out what's next, really. And so I think this is very much you this week. I think you are checking out your options. I think you're looking to figure out what it is that you want. And I think what you actually want is the thing that you think you can't actually have. Don't forget that forbidden fruit. So it's time to maybe shift your perspective and maybe look at the things that you previously thought weren't for you or you couldn't have. Because like I say, I've got news for you. You can totally have them and you totally deserve them. So I think you need to have another look. I think you need to take a little bit of a moment and just think about the things that maybe you've not dared to look at too closely, the things that you have maybe been a little bit afraid and felt like a little bit of a imposter when you've been looking at them. And I think you need to widen your horizon this week because it's bigger than you thought it was. Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, she's seeing things clearly, really starting to see things clearly. And I think you are. I think you're starting to see, actually, yes, there are things that maybe you thought that you couldn't have that might be totally doable. And all it takes is a little bit of a shift of perspective. It's all about having that confidence. And I think, you are stepping in to a different energy, I think, this week. or you're certainly starting to. And I think, this is coming. I think this is coming from. I think this is coming from within. I think there's been a shift within you in recent weeks, in recent months, and I think it's just it's building, and I think now you're thinking about yourself in a whole different way. Maybe you're finding the confidence and the energy of yourself of a younger you. We've got the Six of Cups there. That's about looking back, looking to the past. It's about younger you. It's about your inner child. And so I think, as we get older, there's things that happen to us that sort of change who we are, don't we? We get conditioned. We get, situations pop up throughout our lives, and it changes us. Not always for the better, sometimes for the better, but not always for the better. And as we get older, we can often lose that confidence, we can lose our sparkle, and that simple way of looking, carefree way of looking at things, that we can do things. And I think you are reconnecting with that younger you. I think you're finding your confidence and finding your feet and gaining that confidence. The Six of Swords to clarify that, and let's just have one more. The Tower. Yeah, there's been a shift. There's been an internal shift within you, a Tower moment. Maybe something that's been said, some situation that's happened. Maybe losing somebody, or realizing that life is short, and that you've got. It's up to you to take these opportunities, and why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you? Because you are, you, like I say, you're worthy, you're good enough. So I think, you're shifting mentally into a more peaceful place where you're at more at peace with who you are. And like I say, I think you're taking inspiration from younger you. And maybe thinking about how would I have done this when I was younger? What would I have done? And using that inspiration to really just go for it, moving forwards. So we've got the Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords, it's about lying, cheating, stealing, but it's also about having a plan of action. I'm thinking for you, it's about having a plan of action. Got the Six of Swords there, Seven of Cups. Yeah, I think you've got a vision for your future. I think you're starting to see what it is you want, and I think you starting to make a little bit of a plan inside your head about how you can pull it off. Maybe it is that you're wanting to set yourself up in a new business, or you're wanting to find new love, or maybe you're wanting to move to a different location. There's a plan going on, I think, in the background. You're gathering information. I think you are creating a bit of a strategy, but I think this is all going on maybe in the background this week. I think there's an awful lot going on inside of you this week. Like I say, the Start Fresh card, I feel like there's a brand new start for you. I mean, it's been a month of massive shifts and changes and new starts for everybody, but I think you are definitely, and I think we've talked about this in the past, Aries, about you creating a plan for what's happening in the future. And I very much think that this is what's happening for you. I think that's at the heart of this week for you, actually. We've got the Six of Pentacles, and that's about giving and taking in equal measures. So I'm thinking, you're just trying to keep that balance, keep the balance of maybe, you're trying to plan your new life, you're trying to plan whatever it is that you're wanting a strategy for. You're trying to plan it while you're doing something else. So maybe it's, you're trying to get up a little bit of a side hustle whilst you're working. Maybe, you're trying to relocate somewhere else, but obviously you're still living where you're living, and you're trying to do all the planning and all the organising. But it's all about keeping that balance, trying to keep things even, and trying to not overdo it. Just keeping so you're not burning out. You're not things aren't getting blocked. Things aren't getting stagnated because you're just overdoing it. we've got the Seven of Cups. That's, again, it's about creating a vision for yourself for the future. It's about your hopes and dreams. It's about which one, which way you're going to go with this. Where, you've got lots of options. It is a card of having options. Which one are you going to choose? Yeah, like I say, I feel like the heart of this week for you is about making plans, and having options, and really just keep juggling that, keeping the balance with that, keeping things nice and even. So have just one more card for that. Yeah, it's about your future. It's about the things that you've been hoping and dreaming about. So yeah, the heart of this week for you is definitely about your future vision, your vision for yourself. And there's all these other things going on around it. I think maybe your future vision is involving you needing to step out, needing to have the confidence to be this different version of you. Okay, we've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is about happiness. It's about potential new love. If you're in a relationship already, then things getting better and stronger. So I think everything's sort of going in the right direction for you, I think, this week, Aries. I think there's certainly some really nice energy around you this week. Really nice and confident energy. The Nine of Pentacles to clarify that, and then we'll have the Four of Pentacles. So, like I said, the Ace of Cups it's about happiness. It's about love. It's about all of those lovely squishy feelings, joy, happiness, and we've got that Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is about moving forwards in a really careful, cautious, sensible way, making good choices, figuring out what the best way to spend your pentacle. So pentacles being material stuff. So maybe this is obviously related to home. It could well be your actual money, or even your health. But within your this space of new, renewed love, happiness, contentment, there's a need to make good choices and to just steadily move towards creating a strong foundation for yourself in the area of your material world. So maybe it is that you've got this renewed love, or this new relationship, and you're trying to move forwards on a material level. So maybe you're thinking about moving in together. Maybe you're thinking about getting a bank account together, buying a house together. But it's very much part of your week, and I think it's very much part of your vision for the future for yourself. And I think this is starting to come together for you. Like I say, this vision of your future. You're making plans. You're moving forwards, and you're moving forwards cautiously, but you're moving forwards. We've got the Four of Pentacles. I think that's all about holding on to something too tightly, holding on to something materials too tightly. So maybe it is that there's something that's, you're moving forward cautiously because there's something maybe that you're not prepared to let go of yet. Something that maybe you're feeling that's quite close to your heart, that you a little bit afraid to let go of. It could be you've got your own flat and you don't want to sell that yet because it means a lot to you. It means safety, security, whatever. But there's definitely something that you're holding back on a little bit, and maybe you're right to. Maybe you're right to. Maybe it's good that you're not rushing ahead. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know what's going on with you. So maybe some cautiousness is needed, and keeping a good head on your shoulders there. But if there is a need to release, if you know deep down that that it's necessary for you to release this to move forwards, then maybe that's what you need to do. You maybe need to have a little bit of a word with yourself, have a little bit of a, you know, contemplation within yourself. Do you need to let this go? And just make that choice yourself. We'll have one more. Yeah, I think you need to listen to what's going on inside of you. Listen to your intuition, and you know, if this is what needs to happen, then that's what happens. But you know, you're moving forwards. You're moving forwards in the right direction, very much, Aries. I've got the Two of Swords there. Two of Swords is about having a difficult decision to make, having one that's maybe connected, sort of deeply emotional. Maybe it's one that's maybe feeling quite overwhelming. I've got the Ten of Cups there, and the Queen of Pentacles. I think it is. I think for a bit of a chunk of you, actually, it is. I think maybe there's a little bit of fear and a little bit of an emotional attachment that's stopping or holding you back from moving forwards a little bit. I think, you know, you're wanting this new love, happiness, home scenario, but I think there's just a little bit of something emotional that's holding you back. Maybe, you know, you've lost somebody in the past, or you know, maybe you know, there's something that's gone on in the past that's just you've got a deep emotional connection to, that's really stopping you from taking that step, moving forward. We've got the Queen of Pentacles there, and she makes smart financial decisions, and I think you very much want to move forwards. You very much want to start afresh. You very much want to shed the skin and move forwards in a new, confident way. Because, as I said, you deserve it. But there's just something that's holding you back, Aries. And I think maybe only you will know if you're ready to fully let go. No, I can't tell you. Nobody else can tell you. You just need to know. I think you want to. I think you really want to. But I think it's really hard. And I think this week, I think it's all coming to a little bit of a head. And I think it's sort of, I think this is the week where things will start shifting forwards, if you want them to, if you're ready for them to, if you will allow them to. And it's now time. The time's right for you to shed your skin and start afresh, if that's what you want. So I'm going to leave it at that, Aries. I won't waffle on any longer. I hope that's been helpful. Please let me know in the comments if it has been of any help. And if you like the video, give me a like. That's always amazing. And press that subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you get to know when your new readings are, if you want, of course. Free will. It's completely free, by the way. Right. I'm going to leave it at that. You take care of yourself. Stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I will catch up again with you very, very soon.